Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to learn about another LeetCode problem that is removing duplicates from a sorted array. Okay, let us dive into the intro about the problem. Okay, the problem is very simple. You can see that the level of the problem is very easy. Okay, now let us understand this problem by using an example. Let us take an example of array containing duplicate elements which is in sorted order. Okay, we can consider that nums is an array and it contains 0 comma 0 1 comma 1 comma 1 and 2 comma 2 3 comma 3 and 4. So here we can see that there are duplicate elements, right? So so we have to modify this array of duplicate elements to array that contains only unique elements, and also we have to return the value of how many unique elements in that array. Okay, second thing, the constraints about the problem is whenever we do the modification, that is from that removing the duplicates, the output array should be in sorted order. That means like it should not be like 0 comma 2 comma 1 comma 3 comma 4. Okay guys, let us dive into the another section, that is how we can approach this problem. Let us take an example of array A contains duplicate elements in sorted order, that is 0 comma 0 1 comma 1 2 comma 3 comma 3. Now let us take two pointers. There are pt1 pt1 and pt2 at 1th index, index number 1. Why we are taking it index number 1? Because in every array the first element in that array is always unique element. Okay, that's why we start from the index number 1. Now let us imagine there is a loop that runs at 1th index to length of the array, that is last index, value contains 3. Okay, now in first iteration, that means loop enters into loop condition satisfies, right? So 0 is at 1th index, that is not at the end of the index. So our program enters into the loop. Now it checks the condition. If pt2, that means this one, that means if pt2 is not equal to pt2 minus 1, here comparison takes place. If pt2, that means this pt2 minus 1 is equal. If both are equal, then what happens? Sorry, if both are equal, so pt2 increments, that means this one pointer 2 increments. So now pt2 is at the second index. So pt2 is at the second index and pt1 is as it is at 1th index. Now compare these two. If pt1 is pt2 and pt2 minus 1 are equal? No, here both are different. Now if pt2 and pt2 minus 1 are different, then this command is execute. That is, here replacement takes place. Okay, that means a of pt1 is replaced by a of pt2. Okay, here remember one thing, here there is no swapping happens. That means 1 is not swapping with 0 and 0, 1 is going to 1th index and 0 is going to second index. Here there is no swapping takes place, here only replacement. Keep in mind that both replacement and swapping are different. Replacement and swapping are different. Okay, and also if pt2 and pt2 minus are not equal, pt1 is incremented. Here we are storing pt1 value because as I said in intro, that we have to store the value of unique elements in that array, number of unique elements in that array. So for that purpose we are storing the pt1 value. This is in second iteration. Now let us go to the third iteration. In third iteration, here end of the loop, so it comes out of the if condition and end of the loop, and again go to the up and pt2 increments, pointer 2 increments, right? In every end of the loop, pointer 2 is increments. I think you will understand when it comes to the programming, when I write the code. So let us remember that in every iteration pt2 increments. Okay, in third iteration, let us compare pt2 and pt2 minus 1. Okay, is pt2 and pt2 minus 1 are equal? Yes, both are equal. If both are equal, then pt2 increments, because here there is no replacement, it takes place. In fourth iteration, pt2 and pt2 minus 1, that is this one. Okay, is both are equal? No, both are not equal. So now replacement takes place, that is a of pt2 pt1, that is at second index, and a of pt2, both are replaced, so 2 goes to the first index. Okay, now again pt2 increments. If both are not equal, if pt2 and pt2 minus 1 are not equal, pt1 is incremented and pt1 is replaced by the pt2 value. Okay, please don't confuse about that. You will understand by doing by another iterations. Okay, previously pt1 value is 2, right? So here, because of our condition proves that is pt2 is not equal to pt2 minus 1, then pt1 is incremented. So I forgot to write that, sorry. Now here I think we write correct. Yeah, here both are pt2 and pt2 minus 1 are not equal, so that replacement takes place, that is a of pt1 is replaced, that is a of pt1 is replaced by a of pt2 and pt1 is incremented. Okay, now in sixth iteration, compare these two. Here both are equal, right? Here both are equal. So if both are equal, pt2 is tries to increment. Here there is no another value, right? So pt2 is at the end of the array, so here loop ends, so it out of that loop and returns the pt1 value. Okay, it returns the pt1 value because we want the number of unique elements in that array, so that's why we want, that's why we are going to return the pt1 value. Now here I think you will understand, I think you will understand this, how I approach this problem. Now let us dive into the coding part. Let us create pointer 1 variable and store it as 1, because we are starting the pointer 1 from first index. Now let us write the for loop for the pointer 2 in range. So pointer 2 also start from first index to until length of that array. Okay, here num is an array because we get the num as a parameter from as parameter. Now if you know that if pt2 is not equal to pt2 minus 1, then what happens? A of, I mean pt2 means a of, I mean num is an array, num of pt2 is not equal to num of pt2 minus 1, then num of pt1 is equal to num of pt2 minus 1. Oh sorry, num of pt2 only, and we are storing the pt1 value, I'm sorry, we are incrementing the value, and at last we are returning the pt1 value because we want the number of unique element in that array. Yeah, let us try to run this program. Wow, there are some errors. Oh sorry, it's p2 not, we are incrementing the pt1 value, right? Yeah, we have successfully run the this problem. Nice. Okay, thanks for your time guys, thank you.